Did I move the camera or is it all right? Lie to me. Tell me it's fine. Hello everyone and welcome back to Lil's Takes, the podcast. Today we're going through it. We're going through it together. I'm in a rut. I'm in a career hole at the minute and it's taken up a lot of my mental capacity. So I thought when I was trying to plan a podcast for this week, I was like, I just don't have any ideas. I've got nothing in my brain. All I can think about is my impending, imploding career and my horrendous future. I've been so deep into it this week. So I thought, what better to do than to ask for your help, ask for your advice. Normally I'm giving you my advice. Horrific advice, by the way, never take it. Look where I am. Yeah, I thought maybe I'd ask your help today. So one of the big questions I'm going to ask you guys is whether or not you think it's a good idea for me to go back to uni. For those who don't know, I graduated last year with a bachelor's degree in history, and I loved from the University of Sheffield. I loved my time there. I loved studying. I never took a gap year, so I've been in education consistently since I was 4. So this is my first year not being in education, and it's just knocked me for a loop. Like, I didn't know what I expected for this year, but this wasn't it. So I decided to go full-time with TikTok because I'm like ill still, by the way, because also I've had a cold for going on 5 months now. So my immune system's really taking a hit. Maybe that's the stress. So if you guys could make a few more of my decisions for me, I'd really like that. Also, I look like a mafia mob boss. I've had it up to here. I don't want any comments about nothing. Let's start off though with an On This Day in History segment, because I have been slacking the last few episodes, so I wanted to get back into it. This probably won't be right. I'm not doing it for the day that I'm posting it. I'm doing it for the day that I'm filming it. And I'm filming, oh sorry, I just whacked my mic so many times. I'm filming on the 2nd of April. So we're doing what happened on the 2nd of April. So 2005, Pope John Paul II dies, really on brand for how we're feeling today. Marvin Gaye is born though. Let's Marvin Gaye and get it on. I could use a bit of... Oh, Pedro Pascal was born 1975. He's in his 50s. Really? No. Really? That's amazing. Hans Christian Andersen was born 1805. Hans Christian Andersen is one of the world's greatest storytellers. He wrote some really famous, I think, was it like kids' poems or kids' thingies? Oh, mob boss John Gotti convicted of murder. That's really on brand. Wow. Now that's over with. I love my little On This Day in History section. I think it's nice just to, look back and see how bad today actually could have been if you were Pope John Paul II. I told you, didn't I, last week? I went to Rome and the Pope was on his deathbed, but he's still kicking it. Bless him. Go on. Anyway, let us continue. So, yeah, I'm thinking about going back to uni. I've applied for my masters. I've got onto the course. They'll take me back. I don't know why. I just haven't accepted my place yet, and I have about 30 days to do so now. And I just haven't accepted it because I don't know whether I should do it or not. I think what's pulling it for me is I absolutely love the idea of having 2 degrees. Just to give me something to hold on to, do you know what I mean? I just feel like in this moment, I haven't got a great prospering career. I haven't got as many hobbies as I used to. I've got a smaller circle of friends. So please, if I could have 2 degrees, at least I've got some academic gratification. Is that a good enough reason to do another degree? Surely not. It's only a year. I wouldn't be moving back to Sheffield. I can do it living at home and commuting. So I wouldn't need to take out as big of a loan. I'm not bothered about the loan anyway, because once you actually start paying it off, it's paid off in manageable amounts. Like, you don't really notice, well, you would notice, you're not getting as much money, obviously, in your paycheck every month, but I obviously don't get paid month by month anyway. So my taxes and everything are all paid yearly because I'm self-employed. So it's a manageable amount to pay back, and if it ever becomes unaffordable, you don't have to pay it. Like, if you earn under a certain amount, you obviously don't have to pay it back anyway, and then it gets written off if you are never able to pay it. So I'm not too bothered about the loan. It's not something that I think will drag me down. I think I'll be so fine with that. And I already racked up a hefty bill doing my undergrad anyway, so an extra year, water off a bloody duck's back at this point. So I'd like to do a bit of pros and cons with you. So, like, cons, I obviously have to add a little bit extra to my student loan, but does that bother me too much? Pros, I get another degree. Also, I'm busy. Like, it'll keep me busy. I'll have to write things, like, I'll be going to class, I'll be meeting new people, because what I'd like to, you might be like, Lily, why do you need to do that? Like, I don't think people realise what this job is actually like. It's different for everyone, I understand that. And a lot of content creators and a lot of, like, TikTok people do a lot more than me. I don't go to, like, literally any events. I haven't been to one yet this year, and it's April. I don't leave that, like, there's no reason for me to leave the house. All my videos are filmed in my house. It's just me talking. So it's like, I don't actually see a lot of people. I bed rot, and it's literally, I'm going stir crazy, not seeing anyone, and I thought, well, what can I do? I'll go back to uni. Then I have more stories to tell, I have more people to see. Hopefully it gives my TikTok page another, like, sort of lease of life. I really don't want this video to be like a proper negative Nelly video, but I do want to be realistic. Yeah, I think it'll just be nice for me to speak to another human being every once in a while, because I do think that sometimes this job has, and it's not all the job's fault, do you know what I mean? It's definitely me. Also, I'm self-employed, I'm the only one doing the job. So it's not like it's just going to be a problem of the job, it's definitely not. But yeah, I think it would be good for me to go back to doing something like that, and just to have a little bit of my comfort zone. I think I went so far out of it, and now I'm panicking, and I just need to retreat a little before I feel confident to step back out again. Also, it opens up avenues to me, like working with student brands, being in a city more often. It is slightly better for my job in that respect. Also, it's full-time, but history is a degree in that it's quite personal, like, you don't have to go in all the time. So I have got enough time to, like, go to events, to make videos, to, like, I can definitely do my job. I did it in my third year. Well, I did it my whole way through uni, but obviously your third year is really busy. And if I manage to keep a TikTok career going in my third year of university with my exams and my dis and everything, I feel I can do that again. Maybe I'm going to overwhelm, what's the word I'm looking for? Maybe I'm being over enthusiastic there. Am I underestimating it? No, we'll see, won't we? I love studying. I love the idea of getting another qualification while it's still viable for me to do so. I want to mention that as well. Like, if I'm going to do it, and I've always toyed with the thought of doing a master's. I thought I'd always be at uni for 4 years anyway, because before I did TikTok, I wanted to be a teacher. So I knew I'd have to do my degree, and then I'd have to do my PGCE at the end to get my teaching qualification to be able to teach. But then when I started uni and that wasn't really a thing, I was like, right, well, I'll stay on an extra year and I'll get my master's anyway. So I'm the most qualified that I can be, like, to do whatever I want. But then I was like, no, TikTok started going so well that I was like, I'll do it full time. I didn't know that, for me, this just hasn't ended up being full time. I could do this technically full time and still have so much time. So that never came to fruition, really. is it a good time to do it now? While I still live with my mum, so I don't have like house bills. I don't have all these extra expenditures. I don't have something that I've got to spend loads of time on. I've got the time now. I've got the money now. So now's the best time to do it. And if I don't do it now, am I going to sit and regret it the rest of my life, being like, God, I had that time to do the masters. I could have had an extra, it could have been 2 degrees hotter in here. And, and I didn't do it. And I don't know if I'll regret that if I never go back. Because I'm also scared of being too old. I know you can never be too old to go back to school, but I really feel the pressure of getting old. So I'd like to do it while I still have time. So maybe that's another push for me to do it. I want to eventually go into history documentary television presenting. I know I've said that before, but I want to be as qualified as possible for that job. So a master's would be really good, but obviously it's not a requirement. That's another thing. Like, I wouldn't be getting the degree because I need it for the job that I want. I'd be getting the degree because I love studying. I have the time to do it. I love the idea of having another degree. And I want to be as qualified as I can to be teaching people in history, even if it's not as a technical teacher, if it's through like documentary and media. So that's the thing, it's not a requirement. Is that like, am I being stupid by doing a degree that technically I don't need? I don't know. Loads of people do masters that they don't actually need just because, you know, I've heard people of doing panic masters because they're not ready to leave uni, but I'm not doing a panic masters. Like, I've had a year to think about this. I applied for it. Like, I've had a year to be alone without uni, and I've had a year to decide that I hate it. So, like, I don't know. Am I being irrational, or have I had enough time to think about this? Technically, I don't need it, but is that a good enough reason for me not to do it? Because it's still, I don't require an extra qualification, but it would help me to have another one. Do you know what I mean? And I know some people that's the be all and end all. If I don't need it, I'm not getting it. What's the point? But for me, it's like, I feel like it would help me so much. Actually, the act of going and studying and meeting people and talking to people for an extra year, I feel like I need that. And I know some people are going to be like, we'll go and get a job. That's so difficult because for having TikTok as a job, obviously I earn money. I'm technically self-employed. Adding another job onto that, I might end up making too much money in where I'll hit a tax bracket just and then actually earn less money because I get taxed more. Or also, it'll make earning money on TikTok so much harder because I'll be earning money elsewhere, and it makes me so much less flexible, because if I do get invited to events, if I do have videos that have deadlines, if I do have to go anywhere and travel for TikTok, for my other job, then having an actual fixed job makes that really hard. I've thought about that too. Believe me, I've gone through every possibility. So yeah, that's my sort of pros and cons list. I probably should have written them down so I could see, because I wanted to see what the result ended up being like, how many were on each side, and see how that result made me feel. But now I'm thinking there's more pros for me than there is cons. That's making me feel quite happy. Obviously, a con is that I'll have to write essays again, and I'll have to write a 15,000 word dissertation. And I remember when I did my dis for my final year for my undergrad, I wanted to die. It was so tough, and that was 10,000 words. And it took me so long, and I shed so many tears, but at the end of it, that was like my child, that dis. And I got a first in my dissertation, which I have never been so proud of anything in my life. But 15,000, I know that's going to take so much out of me, and the exams and the essays and the coursework, it's going to be so much, and I know I'm going to be stressed. I know that. So it's like, why do I want to do it if I know that all this stress is coming my way? But because now I've done 3 years and I've got the end result, and I know how amazing it feels. I know how amazing it'll feel, and it's only 1 year, and it's not even a full year. It's October to literally May. I can do that. Surely I can do that. If I did 3, I've studied my entire life. I can do 1 more year of exams and essays. And maybe I'll produce the best work of my life. Who knows? Maybe I've got another 50. I've got a book to show my grandchildren. Do you know what I mean? And also, how many people can sit there and say, yeah, I ran a full-time TikTok career, not influencing really, content creating career while doing my masters, while getting an undergrad and a masters. And now I'm a 23-year-old girl sat there with 2 degrees. I'll be 23 by then. That's terrifying. That's really freaking cool, but the only way I get to do that is to do it, to actually do it. And that's scary. Is it a good idea? And I feel another con, migraines. When I was at uni, all throughout sixth form to my university career, I get stress migraines. And it's only through academic work. I've had 1 migraine since I left uni. And that's been over a year. No, just a year. No, not a year yet, almost a year. But I've had 1, and I used to get them frequently when I was at uni because of the stress. And they knock me dead, I can't do anything when I have a migraine. So will I get them again, or have I just outgrown them? Oh, I don't know. I fear I would have got more recently because I've been so stressed. If I was still going to get them, I'd be getting them. So maybe I won't. I don't know, but that would be a major con. But I still feel like there's more pros than there is cons. I don't know. I feel like a lot of people will face this issue, and I want your thoughts on it, because I know a lot of people will be sat in their last year thinking, do I do a master's? Do I not do a master's? Is it worth it? Am I going to... And then I want people who have done a master's, please give me your opinion. Tell me what you think. Also, I know this master's is going to be tough, but it's in the subject that I've already studied for 3 years. I feel like I really know my way around it. I know how to write the essays. I know how to do the coursework. I know how to study properly now, how to write in my lectures, what to do in my seminars. I do feel like I've got the studying part of it as down as I'm going to get it. And I feel like it's going to make me more organised. I need to kick up the arse. I need something to boot me into gear. Because I've just fallen into this horrific pit of despair. Wow, I'm being dramatic. I'm a dramatic person. And I feel like I need something major to pull me out of it. And maybe this is it. So I thought, rewinding back to this job, I thought that when I left uni and I was going to do this full time, I thought, yeah, I'm going to be this really busy content girl, doing ads, going to events, getting really into it. And it just hasn't happened for me. And hear me out here. Am I doing this master's for the wrong reasons? Is this master's me admitting defeat with my career and going in giving myself another excuse? Is it so I can go, oh, I'm doing my master's, so obviously I don't have time to put all this content out, obviously. Is it me giving myself an excuse as to why I'm not very good at what I do? Because that's a little thought I'm playing with in my head here. I don't know whether I'm doing it for organic reasons, if I'm doing it for the right reasons. But if I'm going to do it anyway, does it matter what my intentions are? Whether I think, no, I'm doing it for my career, it's going to help me, and I set myself straight and I go, right, I know I'm doing it for the right reasons. I'm going to do it anyway. So does it matter if I'm doing it for the right reasons? I get the same outcome. Is that a horrible way to look at it? I don't know. Am I living in a different realm of imagination here? Yeah, it just occurred to me the other day, is this master's me actually admitting defeat on this career? Is it me going, I used to do in my 3rd year, I was this isn't me full time, I post once a day and I make video, I don't have a YouTube channel because I'm doing my 3rd year and it's keeping me really busy. And now I don't have that excuse because I'm doing this full time. And I still have no ideas in my brain. I still don't go to events. I still haven't made any more friends. And now I'm is that then why I'm doing a master's? Because I feel like I'm floundering. Am I doing a floundering master's? And I don't want to make it sound like I'm making up excuses, because I genuinely, I love my studies. I love the thought of having another degree. It fills me with excitement. It's a really exciting prospect. But I do want to make sure I'm doing it for the right reasons. And I just want to know that I'm not making a mistake. I just don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to make another floundering, flappy decision because I don't know where I'm going with my life. Because I feel like that's what I did. That's why I'm in this position I'm in now, floundering whether to pick a master's or not, because I didn't flounder enough before. And I thought, yeah, this is going to be such a good idea. I'm going to be a content girly. And then half-assed it. Well, I don't think I've half-assed it. I think, anyway, that's what I would like your help on. I'd love to hear your thoughts today. If you're a master's student, please message me and tell me if you're regretting your decision wholly or whether you're happy with what you've done. Or, yeah, if you have any words of advice for me, I'm out here looking for advice because I'm on the struggle bus and I need to get off it. So if you've got nice things only, please be nice to me. I'm super fragile. Then please let me know. Comment them. Send me a DM. Send me a voice note. And yes, I will see you guys next week in whatever form that is in. Podcast, YouTube video, I don't freaking know. Hopefully both. That would be a real treat for you, wouldn't it? Maybe I'll have to keep doing this job. Thank you to my 3 listeners. I love you with all my heart, all of the world, and I will see you next time. Thank you, everybody.